All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the live hangout tonight. I appreciate you guys coming out here on a Monday night. We have a literally packed house. And the reason we have a packed house is because what we're going to be sharing with you is absolutely, utterly exciting. My name is Jeremy Barnett, and I live in Tampa, Florida now, actually from the cold state of Ohio. So it's kind of funny to watch the weather reports up there, as it was kind of hot today down here. So that's a change for us as we just came down here a few months ago. And I'm coming at you live here in my home office in Tampa, Florida. And I want to welcome you. I want to welcome all the guests. How many people, by a show of hands, are actually, just type a Y for yes in the chat box. How many people are our guests for the first time on the webinar tonight? Go ahead and type in your answers there and we'll get those. And also, we're going to go ahead and get started here in just a couple more seconds here as we're starting to load in some more people. I want to make sure everybody gets this information. But guys, I'll tell you a quick story about myself. I've been in the industry for 12 years, had some great success in the industry. And but what I started to see was the industry was changing. And what I'm going to be sharing with you tonight is everything that I was looking for in a company, in a product, in an opportunity for the times that we live in. Okay, so we're not pushing against the grain. We're not pushing a cart up the hill, the same old, something fresh, something exciting, something new. And I think what you're going to do is walk away in the next 15 minutes with a surefire way to create financial freedom for you and your family on a very simple concept and message that we're going to be sharing with you tonight. So again, I want to welcome you to the webinar. And without further ado, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen and go through a little PowerPoint presentation for you so you can get the information. And then I'll be back over here and we'll do a Q&A afterwards, okay? So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and share my screen. And cool, we have some chats here. Awesome. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, John. Thank you, Frank. First timers. Don't be shy, guys. Come on out. But we're going to go ahead and get over to the information, and I'm going to share my screen. Cool. All right. So you guys should be able to see my screen. And so again, why are we so excited? Okay. Well, something is occurring around the world that's never occurred before. That's a big reason. What I'm going to share with you right now is nothing short of a phenomena. Now, the definition of a phenomena is the following. It's an unusual, significant, and remarkable occurrence. But what you're going to discover in the next few minutes is not only a remarkable occurrence, but a truly monumental one. Now, why do I say that? Because it's something that's never happened before. The converging of two massive industries that's created a third industry, which is now the world's fastest growing. So let's start with the two massive industries that are converging. Number one, you have the mobile phone industry, okay? Number two, and the second one, is the advertising industry. Now let's talk about the mobile phone industry for a second. But what I want to do is put everything into a global context first to give you a global perspective of how mobile phones compare to everything else in our lives. Now, we're 7 billion people on the planet, and here's what we call ours. We have 1 billion automobiles registered and in use. We have 1.1 billion fixed landline phones, 1.2 billion personal computers, including desktops, laptops, and tablets, 1.6 billion television sets, 1.7 billion credit card users, 2.1 billion internet users, 2.2 billion people with bank accounts, and most people are surprised to find out that there are still 3.9 billion radio receivers in use around the world today. Well, why do I tell you all this? Because mobile phones literally dwarfs them all. See, there's currently 6.58 billion active subscribers, and that's equivalent to 94% of the world's population. So just think about that for a second. That's 5.5 times more mobile phones than computers, 4 times more mobile phones than all the televisions worldwide, 4 times more mobile phones than people with credit cards, Mobile is massive. It's so massive that it passed $1 trillion a year back in 2010 and is now approaching 2 trillion just 4 years later. So that's basically double in the last 4 years, which is massive. Okay. So let's move on to the second industry, which is another monster, and it's the advertising industry. Everybody knows what that is, right? So those are the two massive converging industries. But the advertising started in the old days on the radio, then it shifted to the television for years, and all the eyes were glued to the two. Then what happened is it exploded onto the internet, and all the eyes followed, first on desktops, then laptops, and now mobile phones. But you see, today, the majority of us spend most of our time using mobile phones for the internet right in the palm of our hands. So the $1.7 trillion advertising industry is rocketing directly towards the nearly $2 trillion mobile phone industry. Why is this happening? Simple answer, because the average person looks at their mobile phone 150 times a day. That's where all the eyes are today, and that's where advertisers want to be, right? So these two colossal industries are on a head-on collision course, and nothing, and I mean nothing, is going to stop this from happening. But the collision created a third industry and is now the world's fastest growing, and we call it the mobile app industry. See, mobile apps are the key. They're the bridge and the gateway that connects these two giants, the mobile phone and the advertising industry. See, mobile apps, although it's a tiny industry by comparison, only 30 billion or so, but that's really incredible because it's just a baby. Let me tell you what I mean and what's about to happen. Mobile apps began in 2010 when Apple started the craze by introducing iPhone apps. But that was only the beginning of the explosion. See, we measure the growth of the app industry not by subscribers, but by downloads. See, in 2010, when Apple, even though Apple was really shocked when 10 billion apps were downloaded in the first year. First year, 10 billion, unheard of. 2 years later, in 2012, 30 billion apps were downloaded. And some experts were wondering if it had actually peaked, but it had not. Last year, in 2013, it reached 73 billion downloads, so literally almost doubled. And this year, it will reach over 119 billion apps, okay, just shy of doubling again. So in about 18 months, or 2016, are you ready for this? Almost 300 billion apps. Okay, in the next 18 months. That's the kind of growth that is happening. And there's a reason why I'm telling you all this. 800 million apps per day, or more than 500,000 per second. So it's going to grow from 10 billion downloads 4 years ago to 300 billion downloads in just the next year and a half. That's 30 times growth, people, in 6 years. It's insane. Just massive. So, folks, you don't have to be a CEO to understand those numbers. So where do you fit and I fit into this grand design? Well, let me tell you. Let's start off by asking you a couple of simple questions. Would you say it's fair to say that any and all businesses would like to generate more sales from their existing customers and acquire new customers in order to generate more revenue? Of course they would. More sales equals more profit. The question becomes, how do these business owners generate more sales and get new customers? Well, they simply just need to advertise more, plain and simple. Okay? But the challenge is this: the majority of businesses simply cannot afford to advertise more because it's not in their budget. Whatever they're spending now, that's what they can afford. But they definitely want to advertise more because it creates more sales, more customers, more profit, right? Okay, so we've pretty much defined the desires and the challenges of the majority of business owners in today's global economy. They want to generate more sales from their existing customers. They want to acquire new customers, and they basically cannot afford to advertise more. All right, so let's move on to the next part of the storyline. Now, do you believe the majority of consumers around the world are interested in saving as much money as they possibly can? And the answer to that is an obvious yes. But how do we know this to be true? Well, let's take a look at the exploding coupon savings programs that have popped up over the last several years. And you guys may be using some of these. But they happen to be helping lots of people save lots and lots of their hard-earned money. Companies like Living Social, Groupon, Foursquare, and Retail Me Not. As you can see for yourself, people love to save money. So a quick and final recap. All businesses want to do more sales with their existing customers. They want new customers. They basically cannot afford to advertise more, and they love saving money, period. Remember, we know that the eyeballs around the world today are looking at their mobile phones 150 times a day, right? Well, now this is all going to make sense because I'm going to tie this all together for you right now. We are bizbiz.mobi. What do we do? Well, over the last 2 years, we've developed the first advertising, communication, and proximity mobile app of its kind anywhere in the world today. Welcome to UBiz, the mobile app that provides solutions for consumers and those small, medium, and even larger businesses like Starbucks, McDonald's, Walmart, that are owned by our family and friends and that happen to represent 90% of the global economy. See, UBiz becomes the gateway for 90% of commerce worldwide and will grow virally with tens of millions of free members worldwide. Now, how is this possible? Because it does three great things. Number one, it helps people save money, just like those other apps that we talked about. Groupon, Living Social, Foursquare, Retail Me Not. Okay? But what makes UBiz really unique are the next two features. Okay, picture this. Number two, it empowers your favorite merchants to communicate with you wherever you are in the world without, having to deal with the spam filters. You ever gone into a merchant and they asked you to put your name and email down so they could email you the specials when they're having specials or whatever. And you've done that. And sometimes you don't even get the message. And now it's even harder because you've got the promotions folders like Gmail, which is the big daddy of email today. And now people are just missing the advertisements. But here, it's 100% pinpointed, laser targeted marketing directly from you, the local consumer that likes the business and likes the product and or service or the restaurant. And you're going to get immediately notified when they got a deal going on. Okay? That's amazing. Okay? So that's powerful. Number three, and this is my favorite part, using the highly sophisticated geo-targeting proximity technology, it creates brand new customers for the merchants by connecting them with all the free UBiz members traveling in the local area. Okay? What happens? Here's what happens, okay? When anyone that has the UBiz app travels within a 10-kilometer or 6.2-mile radius of the merchant, they get pinged with discounts, special offers, or promos, or whatever the merchant is advertising at the moment, okay? This allows the merchant to target a whole new group of consumers in their area. See, no one else offers this functionality. Take a look at this. Boston's Pizza, for example, okay? Let's say this is a local pizza shop in your hometown. Now, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. today, they're going to do a special 2-for-1. Now, here's all the people walking in the 6.2-mile radius of the pizza shop. They will get notified on their mobile phone, which is where they're looking 150 times a day. So what do you think is the best chance for Boston's Pizza to get new advertising to new eyeballs? Clearly on the mobile device based on what the facts we've shown, right? Well, UBiz is the only app in the universe that actually allows this to happen. This is why this is a phenomenon, okay? So the people that are walking, they get the ad. Now 10% of them are hungry and pizza sounds good and we've never tried this place. Let's go check it out because it's a 2-for-1 special where we're going to get a good deal. What happened? Boston's Pizza got a 10% increase in customer base, which more than likely those people will come back for a second filling. Also, the consumer got a great deal. Everybody wins. That's the power of the UBiz app, okay? So it's clear that UBiz offers many more features for the consumer and the merchants, but we just wanted to highlight the simplicity and the power of the top three for you. All right, so let's cover these really quick. It's a free download, clearly. GPS and proximity technology. We talked about that. All members have access to discounts, benefits, and events near them in real time. It allows them to share information, make recommendations, and invite their friends to the shared collective experience live. So it's very interactive, very social media, which is hip and cool today, right? Permanent visibility. Your promotions as a merchant are visible to all members at all times. You as the consumer that has the app, you can shut it on or off anytime you want. And it's got laser targeted technology based on grouping. So you can do searches or whatever you're looking for based on the advertisements that have come up in the portal. Okay. Advertising real time. UBiz instantly publishes advertising campaigns with your specials, discounts, and promotions. Optimization scheduling. UBiz uniquely schedules your campaigns on an hourly, daily, or weekly basis. Okay. Right there where you see publish ad, they just go right in here and they can set up their ads. They can do up to 8 different images, nice, beautiful ads. And it comes right out on the smartphone, kind of like this here. Okay. All right. Now, the contact feature is really important because it allows the merchant to communicate with you and anybody else, an unlimited number of existing customers, wherever they are in the world, getting their attention without the hurdles of the spam filters. Remember, we talked about this. This is huge because it allows the merchant to get 100% delivery rate. And where's everybody looking today? The mobile phone, right? So it's the best form of communication and advertising that you can possibly get. Targeted marketing. UBiz allows you to publish advertisements for each point of sale, pushing area-specific communications, targeting to individual groups. Very powerful. And members will receive your unique ads, resulting in attracting an entirely new local market. All right, so what does this state-of-the-art application cost the merchant who would otherwise need to have a 6-figure advertising budget? $30, not per day, not even per week, and not even per month. We're talking $30 per year, people, as in 8 cents a day, which happens to make UBiz the most cost-effective form of advertising in the history of the $1.7 trillion advertising industry. Again, for only 8 pennies a day. Folks, when you have a service that millions and millions of people worldwide will demand and use every day, then you have positioned yourself in the right place at the perfect time to take advantage of that trillion-dollar shift of wealth. This has never happened before, and I believe it'll never happen again. I believe that you that are on this webinar right now, if you're watching this for the first time, you need to understand what is happening because, you know, I have kicked myself for missing out on things like Google stock, Apple. You know, you just don't know these things. This is your chance to take advantage of a phenomenon like that. I'm being dead serious about that. Okay? You don't want to miss out on the next huge paradigm. The blending of these mega industries, mobile phones, advertising, and mobile apps. Now, I believe it's important for you to understand that we are in an absolute beginning stage of something very special here. And I also want you to understand that we are ramped up by a 7-year-old parent company that's paid out over $80 million in commissions and already has 1.2 million customers worldwide. So you're coming into somebody that already knows what they're doing and they're already in the advertising space. Now they have ramped up their business model to bring UBiz and bizbiz.mobi to completely crush the marketplace with your help, okay? Timing and positioning is critical. Timing and positioning has played a major part in many successful people's lives, including the lives of many millionaires and even billionaires. So again, I want to reiterate that hopefully you understand that this is and recognize that this is a huge play for you. Okay? As we're in a pre-launch phase, which is the timeline before we actually go live and launch bizbiz.mobi into 123 countries around the world in December of 2014. Yes, my friends, I said it's 123 countries. And here's the cool part. Right now, if you got people in 120, and we have the list for you. We're already live. You can actually enroll people in all these countries, and most of the languages are already developed on the app. It's incredible. We just signed up people in Athens, Greece. The guy logged in, said that it was still in English. He logged back in the next day, it was in Greek, okay? We're talking about a company that knows what they're doing, and they really cater to the field. And they have all the expertise in place. It's absolutely incredible. How many times have you wanted to get involved in something and your company never launched in the place that you had the most center of influence? That doesn't exist anymore. We have just now shown you the most powerful opportunity that's ever hit the globe in our industry, and you have the chance to be a part of it at the beginning. It's incredible. The best part is, again, you have the unique opportunity to be one of the first members to join and secure your financial position right now in the bizbiz.mobi corporate structure. Here's what I want you to do. Get back with the person who invited you to this webinar presentation and find out how simple it is to literally lock down your position. Okay, number 2, discover the lucrative compensation available through our dual team structure, the mega matching bonuses, the super center bonus, and our global revenue sharing bonus pools. We're talking about 7 generous ways to earn income, friends. It's simply the best available anywhere in the market today. Okay, I don't know about you, but where can you start a business that's yielded a $1.7 trillion combined with a $2 trillion mobile industry combined together with an app that connects the two to create what we believe is a phenomenon for $145. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. And $35 monthly recurring commitment. That's it. It's the lowest price point in the industry anywhere for the kind of money that we're paying out and the kind of story, message, and product and service that we're bringing to the marketplace. You need to get back to the person that brought you this webinar and lock it in tonight. Last, get your bizbiz.mobi business off to a fast start by going to mobiappglobal.com. You're going to be that's going to be where you're going to get our newsletters. We're doing 4 webinars like this a week. Now, I want you to put yourself in the driver's seat for a second before we let you go. Okay? You're on this webinar. Somebody invited you. You know, you're probably saying, Jeremy, I'm really excited about this. I'm ready to get going. But I want you to understand also what's happening. When you have the opportunity to plug in with 6, 7, and even 8-figure earners on this team that have been around the block, 30 years experience collectively combined to help you, and you get to use these powerful tools that we've already provided for you. All you have to do is point, guide, and direct people to the presentation, and we're going to present to them. And just like you're getting excited tonight and you're getting started, guess what's going to happen for the people that you send? They're going to see the same thing that you saw. Okay? It's just numbers. Okay? It makes sense. Okay? So I want to thank you for taking your time to watch this presentation, and we look forward to helping you take your business all around the world. And I want to welcome you to our amazing team of global entrepreneurs, bizbiz.mobi. We are global, we are mobile, and we're going viral. And with that, I'm going to come on back over here and click back over. Awesome. Great. So we're back. And what we're going to do right now, and we have a packed webinar and nobody left. That's amazing. How many people, by a show of hands, I always say that, how many people, by typing a Y for yes, are going to get back to the person that invited them to this webinar presentation tonight? Lock in your spot, okay? Get plugged into the team. Also, we want to invite you to get on the Facebook group. We're going to send you instructions on that so you can plug into the trainings. We have a great team, a great system here, many, many leaders, and we want to help each and every one of you get started fast. Now, here's what I want you to understand. It's really simple. You only got to get 2 and help them get 2. And if you can duplicate that process, it's going to be an absolutely financial game changer for you and your family, okay? So, again, by typing a Y for yes, how many people tonight are new, and you're going to make the commitment, and you're going to jump on board, and you're going to take action tonight, get started? How many people can type that Y for yes for me right now? And all right. Awesome. Awesome. Look at the Y's just trickling down. This is great. Guys, you're doing a great job. Leaders, I commend you for bringing your prospects to the webinar. Get on tomorrow night, Tuesday night, 9:00 p.m. Eastern time, and we're going to rock it. New people, bring people back tonight. I'm sorry, tomorrow night. And, man, I'm excited. Bring people tomorrow night so we can help you get your 2, and then we're going to help them get their 2, and we're going to create an avalanche of success for many, many, many people. Take care. God bless. Jeremy Barnett signing off.